You know, Ed Orgeron has said all season, it's not about me, but for a lot of the state of Louisiana, it is largely about Orgeron. In his final pregame press conference, Ed Orgeron talked a lot about his Cajun heritage. His grandparents spoke Cajun French, and to thousands of people in Louisiana, Orgeron's Louisiana heritage, the fact that he's Louisiana through and through, does matter, and both Ed and his mom have become Louisiana heroes. Is that your neighbors?
Nope, I don't have no idea.
You are the star. If you venture outside Coco Orgeron's home in LaRose with her, be ready. Okay, cars will stop. Everybody wants to chat. I joked with her, she's the queen of Lafourche Parish. And that ease with people runs in the family. Back in June, you could see it on the Tiger Tour at the Metairie Walk-Ons. Ed Orgeron is always comfortable in crowds.
And he remembers all the people's name.
That's always been him, I'm guessing,
yes.
Right?
Yes.
Comfortable even as a teenager in big groups of people?
It never bothered him, but it never bothered me, you know? I don't know, it's just, you are who you are, I guess.
And that could be the Orgeron family motto. Although this Ed Orgeron is more comfortable. He admits he tried to do too much at Ole Miss. He's grown into this job.
And he says, Mama, when I walked off that field, I was comfortable. I was at ease. When everyone was screaming, they were screaming for all of us. You know, look at us. I'm so proud of that boy.
So is the entire state of Louisiana. So much so that someone painted the eye of the tiger on Coco's lawn. She personally made 2 LSU games this season.
I went to Auburn and I went to Texas A&M and I loved it.
But just 2. Why? Because number 8 is McNeese quarterback Cody Orgeron, Ed and Kelly's son, and Coco's grandson. While LSU was going unbeaten, Coco was at the Cowboys games.
But I knew everything LSU was doing because everybody in the stand was telling me. One man came and gave me an iPad. I don't want you to look that on a little phone. Josh came in and gave me an iPad. I said, well, look at this. I got an iPad. Now, how do we use the iPad?
Because her son was busy on Saturdays, she made sure she was there for her grandson.
That's what a family does. They take over where they're supposed to be.
So you're there because Ed can't be?
Ed can't be. And if Ed can be, Mama's there before Ed, so it doesn't matter.
The 2 LSU games she made were when Cody wasn't playing. And she said in Tiger Stadium this season, she came to this realization.
Isn't that something? Everyone knows my son. From the smallest child to the oldest person that's a little senile, but they still know who they are. Every last person in that stand knows who my son is. I thought of that, I said, that's special.
And Coco Orgeron is enjoying every second of it. She said if Southern Cal had believed in her son, Ed would be doing this in California. Did you always believe Ed could do something this big?
Yes.
So big that when Ed's dad, the original Bebe, was diagnosed with cancer, Coco believed her son over the doctors.
When he said, Mom, I'll bring Daddy to Andy Anderson, we're going to save him, I believed it. I didn't believe he was going to die. Everybody else knew but me.
Because Ed said he was going to bring him?
Mm-hmm.
That was 2011. Ed Sr. didn't get to see Ed Jr. do this, but he and Coco always believed he could. And Coco will be here tonight in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome to see her son try to make history with his LSU Tigers, and he has a whole state behind him as the Superdome fills up. When we come back, Ricardo and Andrew will join me again. We'll make some final predictions as we wrap up our Eye on the Tigers pregame special.